warehouse arrest. Then, in January, the Iranian Revolutionary Court, so-called hanging judge, sentenced him to 8 years in Iran's brutal and deadly Evin prison. His crime? Preaching the gospel. In these photos, you can see men hanging outside the prison, an attempt to bring even more terror to inmates and family members. What's the chance that Pastor Abedini will walk out of Evin prison?
The only chance would be is people speaking out. Chance-wise, surviving one day is not a great chance. Honestly, you can be beaten to death by the guards. You can be beaten to death by a fellow inmate.
And I want to give one special example tonight. Saeed Abedini is a United States citizen who has been imprisoned in Iran for exercising his Christian faith in a manner that is both legal and protected under Iranian law and international law. A few days ago, the 36th branch of the Tehran Court of Appeals confirmed Saeed Abedini's prison sentence, and he is expected to serve the rest of the 8-year sentence in a hostile Iranian prison. The following statement is by Naghmeh Abedini, his wife. I was discouraged that after a year of travel and numerous media interviews, I felt no closer to Saeed's release. I am also disappointed that the leader of my country, a country founded on religious freedom, has been awkwardly silent when an American citizen is wasting away in an Iranian prison.
Dear President Obama, please help bring my daddy home. I don't want him to miss another birthday or Christmas or Father's Day. Please help bring him home. Why does our daddy need to be in prison for loving Jesus? My heart cries because it misses Daddy. I pray that they'll come back home, but he's still not back home.
A recent letter from the U.S. State Department promised Abedini's wife they would, quote, continue to pursue all diplomatic avenues to press Iran for Pastor Abedini's release.
Continue to work for his freedom. Today, again, we call on the Iranian government to release Pastor Abedini so he can return to the loving arms of his wife and children tonight.
After repeatedly asking the Iranian president for Saeed's release, he did not comply. During the 2013 Geneva Convention regarding the nuclear negotiations with Iran, President Obama had the opportunity to barter for Saeed to be returned. As part of the deal, Iran received previously confiscated materials, so Obama should have fought for Saeed in exchange.
And here's an American citizen, a pastor, and I wonder, we've done this a lot, of course, on Fox, this story, but where's the outrage? Where is the State Department? Where is President Obama? Yesterday we saw, in terms of human rights, he stood next to a statue of Rosa Parks, and rightfully so. But what about the people like Saeed Abedini?
The American people will hold the Obama administration accountable for its absolutely criminal silence in the face of such heartless injustice forced upon this beloved American pastor, his innocent family, and so many others.
In November of 2014, the Geneva Convention again commenced to establish further negotiations with Iran. As Pastor Saeed was not liberated upon previous negotiations, Naghmeh and the rest of his family held high hopes that the American government would finally uphold their commitment and negotiate for Pastor Saeed's emancipation.
The White House confirms President Obama sent a letter to Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, to agree to end his country's nuclear weapons program. If the U.S. and Iran work out a deal, the West is likely to remove economic sanctions.
The Iranian government has now struck a deal with the U.S. and 5 other world powers to curb its nuclear activities for 6 months in exchange for limited relief from economic sanctions. At the White House, President Obama called the deal an important first step.
These are substantial limitations which will help prevent Iran from building a nuclear weapon. Simply put, they cut off Iran's most likely paths to a bomb.
But when the President of the United States spoke to the President of the Islamic Republic of Iran and brought up Saeed Abedini and the other Americans by name. But now what we hear from the NSA in statements that were released that Pastor Saeed's case did not come up in these discussions.
Well, they have my husband.
Yeah.
Our government's sitting across the table from them. They are the ones breaking the law. And our government doesn't say a thing. That's what has really disappointed me about my government. I felt abandoned.